Hey everyone, Cloud here, and welcome to my guide on the Elemental Workshop Part 3 quest. Now, for this quest you're going to need the following requirements. So you must have completed Part 1 and Part 2 of Elemental Workshop. You must have level 20 mining, level 33 defense at the very minimum, and level 33 smithing. Also you're going to need the Patience of Sin, and you need to be very alert while doing this quest. I'll pre-warn you now, this quest is an absolute headache to do. Now, this is I have done a guide on this quest before quite a while ago, and I've learned since then how to make it a bit more simplified, but it's still infuriating to complete. So you're going to have to pay very close attention for this quest, and obviously a lot of it will come down to you making sure you're not making mistakes throughout it. So just pre-warning you now that one. But that's it for the requirements. Now onto the items. You will need 12 pieces of coal and 3 pieces of elemental ore, or even better, if you want to get ahead of yourself, turn them into elemental bars already, as they're basically what you're going to need during the quest. And you will also need some soft clay. And items I recommend are definitely defense potions, because basically when you get to the part where you need a level 33 defense, to power up one of the elemental bars you will drain your defense down to about like 30 levels. So obviously the potions can help restore it back up, because you'll need it to be 33 again before you can make another one. Otherwise you're literally going to wait until the stat naturally restores over time, which can take a little while. So I definitely recommend bringing a few defense potions with you. And the only enemies you have to defeat were 3 earth elementals to get the elemental ore, unless you've got that with you already. So yeah, that's it for the requirements and items. Now onto the quest starting point. So we're currently at the Sears Village Lodestone, which can be found on the Lodestone network, and if you don't have this one unlocked and want to unlock the full variety of them, I have a guide which can be found in the description below, and it's very handy to have for completing these quests. But from here we're going to search the bookcase in the Sears Village Chapel, and that's pretty much about southeast of where we are now, so just follow where I go. Once you arrive in the chapel, search the bookcase and you should get a ragged book, and you want to read through this quickly. Once you've done that, we're now going to head inside the Elemental Workshop, so the same way as you've done in the previous couple of quests. Now, if you haven't already, go kill 3 earth elementals to get the elemental ore, and once you've done that, then go over to the furnace and turn them into elemental bars. If you've already done that, you're already one step ahead, so what you need to do is use your soft clay on the ragged book, and you'll get a key mold. This is what we're going to need to access the new area of the Elemental Workshop, and then you want to use one of your elemental bars on the furnace to make a key. Just make sure you do the one, you don't want to go and use the other ones up, otherwise you're going to have to get more coal and more elemental ore. Once you've got the elemental key, just make sure you have got 2 elemental bars with you as well. And then what we need to do, we need to go in the room that we discovered in Elemental Workshop Part 2, where you put the elemental bar on the jig cart and you manoeuvre it round, turning it into a primed bar. Now, you won't have to refix the machinery like you did in the previous quest. You've literally just got to do the process. So I'll quickly read you through it. In case you don't remember, literally you've got the first bit, so you need to place the elemental bar on the jig cart, use the crane to dip it into the lava using the corresponding levers. When it's turned bright orange, put it back on the jig cart and pull the lever to turn around to the next section. Then pull the lever to flatten it, and again use the jig cart to move it around. You'll then be in the water tank. You want to open the door using the corkscrew and the lever to make the elemental bar go inside the tank, then using both valves fill it up with water, and then do the opposite to turn it back off again and pull the elemental bar back out. It should now be blue, and then as you pull it round to the final section, turn the fan on using the relevant lever there to turn it white, and then once it arrives you should become a primed bar. And you need to do this for the other elemental ones. You've got 2 primed bars, and once you've done that, you're now ready to head into the new section of the Elemental Workshop. So once you've got your 2 primed bars, you want to go downstairs into the section before where you turned them into mined bars. However, this time we're going to go in the new room, which is the body room. And this is what you need to use the elemental key on. You'll notice there's a door with the body icon on it from like the runes. Do that and the door will be unlocked, and you'll now be able to enter inside this room. Once you've gone into the room, climb down a nearby ladder and you'll be in this huge area where you'll see this massive machine with a load of levers scattered around it. And this is where the fun begins, so and I'm being very sarcastic there if you haven't noticed. one thing I want to quickly point out to you guys, because it's going to make it easier, where I've got my equipment window in the top left corner, as I moved it, you actually see there's a little magnifying glass. If you click that, you'll get a massive bird's eye view of the area, and you're going to want to have it like this to do the following things: A, to not get confused with what levels are what, and B, to make it even quicker for yourself, as this is going to be the key. So I will now talk you what you've got to do. So, as you'll notice, there's loads of different gears in this machine, and there's all levers scattered around, so you've got from going from like north to east, east to south, etc, etc. Now, the easiest way to remember how we're going to do this, and this is for you guys not to get confused as well, so take note on this just so you know what I'm talking about. So, both opposite ends of the levers work the same as each other, so the top left lever, which is on the west side, works exactly the same as the top right lever on the east side. So that's lever A. So if I ask you to pull lever A during this, you can go to either one of those sides as long as it's opposite each other, if that makes sense. So how we're going to remember the levers in this is from north to south on both sides of the machine. North will be A, and then going down it'll be B, C, D, E, F. So just to go through that again, the very top left of the machine is A, and as you go down each lever it's B, C, D, E, F, and the same for the complete opposite side. So obviously A in the top right corner and down all the way to F. Now the other set of levers near to it, we're going to call as numbers just to make it a little bit easier. So from the very bottom left on like the southern side of the machine is number 1, the lever there, and as you go along 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And once again, completely opposite it, so on the very top side, north side of the area, again going from left to right, sorry, got sirens going past, going left to right is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 again. So like I said a few minutes ago, if I ask you to pull lever 1, it can be either one of those two levers, either on the north side or the south side, and again if I ask you to pull lever A, it can be on one of the left side or right side. Hopefully it has made sense to you, and as you're watching me do this, it should make a bit more sense as well. Now, what we're going to have to do, there's about 6 different sections where we need to pull a series of levers in order for a part of the machine to become complete, if that makes sense. So what we need to do, I'm going to talk you through each of the lever sequences, what you need to pull, and each time it should show a little cutscene of something happening. And once we've done that about 5-6 times, then the machine is all then operational. What might be helpful for you to do, which is what I've done during filming this quest, is write all the lever formations you need in your notes section. So you see in the top left corner I made a little note section where I can write them in, and then what I've done, I actually, every time I was doing a certain section, typed that in the text box, and each time I pulled a certain lever I then delete that letter just to know I'm doing it in the right order, I'm not missing any out, or I'm not doing the same ones twice. But like I said, I'm going to talk you through this, hopefully with the audio it is going to help. So anyways, like I said, it's going to be a bit frustrating for you, but unfortunately it's the only way to complete this quest, so it's an absolute nightmare. Thank you, JX. And hopefully this will help you out as best we can. Okay, so for part A of fixing the puzzle, you need to pull these levers in the following order. Remember, they can be opposite ends to each other, they don't have to be on a specific side, as long as they're both classed as lever C, etc, etc. Okay, so you need to pull levers C, 2, F, 6, C, 2, F, 6, C, 2, E, 5, B, 3, F, 2, B, 3, F, 2, E, 4, F, 2. Once you've done that, if you've done it correctly, a cutscene should show some cogs being lowered down into the machine. Once you've done that, you then want to pull the reset lever, which is this one in the very top right section of the area. You'll see where my character runs to now. What this reset lever does is reset the amount of moves and that you can have while completing each puzzle. As long as you've shown a little cutscene of something happening, when you do the reset, it won't wipe any of your progress. You are doing it correctly. So we're only going to pull the reset lever when we've fully completed a section, or if you've made a mistake and need to reset and try again with what I've said. So anyways, that's part A done. Now on to part B. So you need to pull these levers: 5, A, 6, F, 5, A, 6, F, 5, B, 6, F, 5, C, 6, F, 5, D, 6, F, 5, E, 6, F, 5, E, 3, F, 4, E. If you've done that correctly, where you've got the numbers on the left and right side of the machine, one of them should now be displaying number 50. If that's been done correctly, pull the reset lever and you're on to the next section. Okay, so the formations are getting a bit longer now, so just be careful. So you need to pull levers 2, B, 6, A, 5, B, 6, C, 5, B, 2, C, 5, B, 3, E, 6, F, 5, B, 3, C, 6, F, 2, C, 6, E, 3, C, 5, E, 6, F, 4, E, 6, F, 4, E, 5. If you've done that correctly, you should see another cutscene of more cogs being lowered into the machine. If you've done that correctly, then that's all fine. You want to pull the reset lever and on to the next section. You're doing well so far, guys. Keep it up. Okay, so you need to pull these levers now. 2, A, 3, F, 2, A, 3, F, 2, C, 3, F, 2, D, 3, F, 2, E, 3, F, 6, E, 3, F, 6, E, 3, F, 6, E, 3, F, 6, D, 5, F, 6, D, 5, F, 6, E, 4, F, T, E, 4, F, 5. If you've done that correctly, when you finish, the left counter is now out of order, like it starts sparking, and that means you've done that correctly. So pull the reset lever and we're on to the next bit. God, feels like I'm doing bloody countdown reading out all these letters and numbers. Right, we're nearly there now, only the last couple of steps to go. So these are the next levers: B to A, 3, B, 2, F, 6, B, 2, D, 3, F, 6, C, 5, D, 6, F, 5, C, 6, F, 2, E, 5, F, 2, E, 5, D, 6, F, 4, E, 6. If you've done that correctly, the center tower should lower down, and if that's done that, then pull the reset lever. Doing really well, guys, almost there, keep it up. Okay, so these are next levers: 4, E, 6, F, 4, E, 6, A, 5, B, 6, E, 5, A, 6, F, 5, B, 2, A, 3, B, 4, C, 2, B, 6, E, 5, C, 2, D, 3, E, 5, C, 3, F, 6. The middle tower should now be spinning. Now do not pull the reset lever, as you need this tower spinning in order to pull a few more levers, and then we're near enough there. So if the tower is spinning, you only then pull these levers. If it's not spinning, it means you made a mistake there and you need to reset and do this step again. So only pull these last 4 levers if the tower is spinning. So if you pull B, 4, C and 3, this should then raise the tower up, and you'll now be able to create your first body bar. Like I said though, if the tower wasn't spinning, when you pull those 4 levers, it won't be activated, so just make sure that is correct. Anyways, now we're done that, we need to climb back up the ladder, and where you was in that little area to begin with, you'll notice there's a little room just to the sort of front of you with a door and everything. You want to insert a primed bar into the slot, in which will open the door. Walk inside and flip the lever in the room and the door should close, and then push the red button, and the body core is then charged using your defense level, and you'll turn the primed bar outside into a body bar. So like I said, hitting the red button drains your prayer by 33 points, right down to bottom level, and you need it back up to at least level 33 before you can make your second body bar. Now, if you bought defense potions, that's all good, you can drink them up to get your defense back up. If not, there's a couple of ways you can cheat. If you have a ring of kinship, you can teleport to Monheim, enter a dungeon and exit, and that will restore your defense up, or simply you can go outside the chamber and die and respawn, as long as you're not making sure you're putting any of your items at risk or anything. Those are a couple of little cheats just to get your defense back up. But if you bought some potions, it's only a case of drinking them and you should have the level again. Now, before we make the second body bar, we need to pull a couple of levers again as well. Not many, so don't panic. But first, flip the lever to open the door, and you want to take the bar back at the slot, and that should be blue, so you've now got a body bar. All we've got to do for this bit is basically move one part of the machine out and then back in again to make it spin once again. So if you pull the levers 4, 3, 4, B, C, 3, the tower should start spinning up and raise high again, and once you've done this you can repeat the process you've done before to make your second body bar. So once you've got your second body bar, you want to go back up to the very top of the Elemental Workshop. Make sure you've got your ragged book with you, and make sure you've obviously got 2 body bars, and work on the anvil to smith a body. Make sure you don't go and smith another body item, because that's not what will complete the quest. Only making the body will. You don't want to have to necessarily do that part all over again, do you? So, but once you've made your body, it will come up, congratulations, you've completed the Elemental Workshop Part 3 quest. I reckon you're probably crying in joy right now because it's a bastard quest. You are awarded 1 quest point, 2,000 smithing experience, 50 noted coal, a book of knowledge which contains 4 charges altogether, 2 for defense and 2 for smithing. It'll grant basically 2 lots of 4,250 experience in defense and 3,250 experience in smithing twice, so not a bad amount of experience there. You'll have the ability to smith elemental, mind and bodies, along with body helms and body shields as well. You'll get 2 treasure hunter keys and 2 hearts of ice. So yeah, I have no idea why this quest was ever made like that. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. That's probably the worst quest there's ever to complete in RuneScape, and I've done some pretty shit quests. Like I said, this quest will take you a little while, will probably frustrate you, give you a headache, but it's got to be done if you want the questscape, and also you need this quest complete before you can do part 4, which is a lot more simpler, you'll be glad to know. Now obviously I've helped out as best I can with this guide. Obviously a lot of it will depend on you not making mistakes pulling the certain levers, but you've basically got 3 options of how doing this. In the description I've written all the lever formations for each section, so you can do what I do, and or what I did in the video, and write all the formations down in the notes section, and then using my speech text part, type them all out and then delete each one as I'm pulling the lever. You should have hopefully noticed me doing that while watching. The only other option you've got, obviously you can listen to what levers I'm telling you to pull while you're doing them, but obviously you'll need to be quite quick doing that. Or the other part as well, you could basically play the video next to you doing it at the same time, and obviously just pause each time I've pulled a certain lever, and then you guys can make sure you've pulled the same one as well then. So you got 3 options there. It's completely up to you, but either way a lot of it's going to depend on your own sort of focus and your own patience, so I do wish you the best of luck. You may most likely, I never normally say this, but you probably will run into some problems during this quest. You might have to reset a couple of times, you might have missed a lever out, but obviously once you've done a cutscene section you should know where you're up to. If you run into any major problems, leave a comment in the comment section below and I'll help you out as best I can. Obviously I'm not going to be able to go and pull the levers again for you, wish I could, but yeah, anyways, thanks for watching guys. I wish you luck with this quest. Please don't forget to like, favourite, comment, subscribe and share with your friends. Cheers guys, bye.